All right, welcome everybody to episode 1 of the StormSharks podcast. I am your host, Catatonic, and today I'm here with B Mike. Sal is unavailable for the time being, so Mike is going to be the co-host for now. I don't want to put people's personal lives. Just Sal's not available at the moment.
It's not that. It's what I was gonna say. I don't want us to get blocked off of YouTube.
Well, then let's not. It's not on episode 1.
Just saying,
not on. I mean, I'm consistent.
Exactly.
I mean, if it makes you feel, but no. To my defense, because like Tony's done episodes in the past.
I haven't done a single one
for previous orgs. I've had Tony. I've had Austin, Sal. I've had Frank. So we've had a mixture. I think what I'm trying to do for the StormShark podcast is like not necessarily just have only you or only Sal. Like I'm trying to get anybody to kind of come in and interact with everybody. Right. Kind of show some faces behind the plays. Like Frank's got a bright mind. He's not just a Hawkeye that's doming people online.
It was that the Hawkeye that I saw?
That's Frank. Yeah. And that clip will
disgusting.
I mean, by the time this video comes out, that clip will already be online. But I mean, yeah. So Frank, Sonic Dude's been cooking. I have a lot of clips from him. Actually, he's been cooking a meal. Yeah. So.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to break his equipment.
Yeah, that's okay. You'll pay for it. So.
He's not lying.
Your equipment's better than mine. Don't even give me that. Like, we didn't even have to film this at my place. We could have gone to your place.
And I got the table too.
Mike is also our lead director in music, so he's the one responsible for a lot of the earlier beats that we've made a few years ago. All the beats before Destination Melancholy. He did all the beats but one in the No Access album, because Ryden Jose pitched in for one. And then, Mike's been taking some time off because Mike has a baby. So, little future COD pro there. Future musician and COD pro on the side. Oh my God, that's crazy. Anyways, welcome to the first episode of the show.
Yes, sir.
Where you can see it on YouTube and hear it on Spotify. Let's begin. So we had a couple of points, and I think we wanted to go with 90s nostalgic cartoons because we are bare bone millennials.
We're showing our age right now.
Yeah, like we are definitely
showing our age.
If you Google millennials, I might show up on the third page. We'll see what happens.
Third page only. You're older than me, so you're showing up on
okay,
first
I'm not
page.
that much older. Relax. let's take it easy a little bit. God damn. Why everybody in this damn company gotta do me dirty like that? Everybody makes it sound like I'm old as shit. And I'm like, I'm not that much older than most of us. We're all in the same, we're all like a year within each other.
You're right. Well, except for Sal.
No, there's like 5 of us within a whole year group, and then there's like a decade, and then there's like everyone else. Because I'm 10 years older than Sal.
Yep.
But I'm also like, Frank's 22? Yeah, like Frank's a baby. Frank's like the youngest in the company for the time being. So there's definitely this is why we're doing the nostalgic thing. Because we're in that little same age group.
Sitting here.
That would have been lost. Boy wasn't even existent when some of these cartoons came out. So yeah, I think 90s, at least for us, and definitely in comparison to like a lot of cartoons today, you can tell the difference in production, story, everything. Like I feel personally growing up in the 90s, those cartoons, it was a cartoon for everything. Like today, there's a SpongeBob meme for everything. There was a 90s cartoon for everything. If you want to hustle, if you want to battle, if you want to like feel some kind of way, I think, and it's like every channel had a cartoon. Like they had a staple cartoon that kept them in that race. Yeah.
But Fox doesn't count.
No, Fox has to count.
Fox and WB,
No. I 100% count Fox, and I'll tell you why. Because Fox was one of those few channels growing up where you didn't need cable and you still got cartoons.
Oh yeah, that's
true.
And
back in the 90s, Fox used to have 2 hours of cartoons after school. So Fox used to do after school cartoons before it went into like Simpsons and the 6 o'clock news and MasterChef and all that junk.
Now it's just straight news,
Now it's
no
just
cartoons.
It's news and whatever Seth MacFarlane cartoon or show they want to put on. And if it's not a Seth MacFarlane show, it's like a Gordon Ramsay show. And that's basically Fox Now in a nutshell.
True.
But you got to give Fox their credit because Fox is for kids, and that's what gave us the cool intro for One Piece. Yayo. Like, that's only because of the for kids Nasco.
You know the worst part is I'm over here like bashing Fox, and not even though it's not a cartoon, but Fox gave us Power Rangers, and I'm over here bashing Fox.
I actually, when it was funny, so on my list, I have it broken down by network, and then like my top 3, what I thought were like the standouts for the 90s. I say 90s because like we'll do 2000s in another podcast because 2000s is pretty fire.
Okay.
And I did put Power Rangers under Fox.
Now, Beast Wars was under Fox, right?
Yes. And I had to get up at like 6 in the morning to watch that bad boy. The Transformer Beast Wars that was my morning. Let me get my cereal going. Let me mentally prep for school.
A lot of people don't know a lot of that was majority of it.
All of Beast Wars was CGI. It was like early stage CGI, but yeah, it was CGI. But Beast Wars is probably the best Transformers because they were all like jungle animals versus dinosaurs.
Yeah,
so that was dope. Yeah. I loved it,
and the way they tied in the original Transformers, great.
Yeah, since we're already on that Fox hype, we might as well keep going. Everyone should already know by now, if you know me personally, I love Digimon. And that first series of Digimon was a 90s cartoon, and I loved it. I love Digimon.
Make anybody mad in the 90s? Pokemon. Them been fighting words.
Digimon was everyone's first isekai, and you didn't even know it back then. But I also have Monster Rancher on there because I enjoyed Monster Rancher because the show played just like the video games.
I didn't watch much of
Rancher was so great. The games were even better because you could pop open the PlayStation, you could put in a music CD, and it would give you a creature. So it was pretty dope when it came to like summoning things.
Yeah.
But I did have Power Rangers because let's be honest, if you're in our age group, you watched Power Rangers.
I don't care what anybody said.
But I put Power Rangers. I also put VR Troopers because it's all kind of in like that same
Beetleborgs.
I put Big Bad Beetleborgs. Big Bad Beetleborgs is slept on, bro.
You know, a lot of people don't know that some of the suits from VR Trooper were used to from Power Rangers.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, but I believe it. Some people don't.
I believe it. And then they did the I call it a Saban crossover where they brought like the Space Ranger, the Alien Rangers. Yeah. That was only in Japan. They did a crossover episode for that.
Even there was some Kamen Rider episode that ended up on Fox.
Yeah.
I was like,
I remember that. And it's like, I think what makes it crazy too, it's like back then 90s cartoons, if you were watching like a new season, you had to watch the season. It's not like today where you can just, all right, I missed it on Monday, I'll come back and watch it tomorrow on Hulu or something. No, cool. If you missed it, you have to wait till the summer when they were playing all the repeats in the summer. So
the only thing I hated about specifically Power Rangers, those episodes didn't really, other than the episodes that were like to be serious episodes, those episodes never really went into each other.
No, every episode was a whole new episode.
Actually, I lied. Well, Time Force
wasn't 90s.
Yeah. Yeah, so once we got to Time Force, you started realizing that everything that they did
mattered.
Continued on.
Like Mighty Morphin,
Zeo,
Turbo. Every episode was a new episode.
Yeah.
But those part 2 episodes are fire.
Part 2?
Because the first part 2 episode was literally like the White Ranger.
Of Power Rangers?
Yeah.
No, the first part 2 episode in the dumpster.
Oh no, yeah, you're right.
Then we go from the Green Ranger and it jumps straight into the Green Ranger.
The Green Ranger, arc. Like the Green Ranger ass whooping arc.
First of all, my nigga Tommy, R.I.P. Jason David Frank. My boy Tommy did not need to do the Power Rangers like that.
And
this is how you know Power Rangers was like more than an ethnic. Even black people were like, yo, that man did not eat. That man caught a blade and smacked. Like, black people are talking about this. That's how you know Power Rangers.
Power Ranger was definitely
like
it was definitely it's a niche community.
Yeah,
but it's very diverse in like its culture and stuff. It didn't pander to one specific, which was dope. And it's like everyone can relate to a Power Ranger at some point. It maybe not even in the older ones, but maybe in the newer ones, because you can't tell me, what was it? Not Dino Thunder. The other one. Ninja Storm. Bro, that leader was Filipino.
Oh yeah.
Or Hawaiian or something. So,
how do you think I felt watching Turbo finally seeing the first black leader of the Power Rangers?
Just to watch him become second string when they went to space.
We're not gonna talk about that.
That boy got demoted the minute they left Earth.
Bro,
He's like, you're not in charge.
That happened. I was like, you know what? I'll take it. It counts though.
I did enjoy though when it went from like one Power Rangers into the next one. They had like that transition episode.
Oh, the transfer of power.
Yeah, because like the series finale of one series would be like the premiere of the next series, and I thought that was pretty dope.
So basically, what we call it is basically everything before or everything after space is what we call the PZ, post Zordon.
Yeah,
all that crap doesn't matter.
Different timelines, same alphas.
All that stuff doesn't matter.
None of that matters.
Everything from Mighty Morphin to In Space is all what we call canon. Is all what we call the coming to Jesus.
Yeah. Everything now is like, it's whatever they're doing now in Power Rangers Boom. Because now the Red Ranger, it's a female leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kept that. And then they got the, I think it's like from Super Samurai, the Blue Ranger. He's now the new Pink Ranger. Like, it's crazy that they mixed it all up.
Wait, the Blue Ranger's the Pink.
He's a new Pink Ranger, yeah. And I think Amy Jo Johnson is actually on the production team for.
That's cool.
So the OG Pink Ranger is actually helping to write some of the comics.
We just need.
That's enough about Power Rangers.
They did the reboot.
They're working on it.
No, I mean, like, they gave us a reboot. It was fire.
It was alright.
Back to 90s of nostalgia, guys. The words that I have for Chris right now.
We'll leave it for another podcast or some BTS information of Mike yelling at me because we both went to that movie together to watch that. Yeah, but Fox, you got to give Fox a due diligence. They had cartoons. I don't even think people would remember. Like Godzilla had a cartoon.
Yes, Men in Black.
Men in Black. Oh, Men in Black was great. The theme song, perfect. It wasn't exactly the movies, but Men in Black was great.
What else?
Disney in the 90s was. Disney did good. They had Gargoyles, Darkwing Duck.
Oh,
Recess.
Well, you know what the worst part is when you talk about 90s cartoons, a lot of people really look at like Saturday morning, forgetting that some of these Disney cartoons were showing throughout the week. We didn't have to wait until.
But that's why we talk about it.
Yeah, yeah. Disney.
Plus, we can't say just Saturday mornings because let's be honest, anybody running Saturday morning cartoons against WB knew that they were not getting viewership. WB commanded Saturday morning.
Yeah,
that's why a lot of from 7 a.m. to noon belonged to WB.
That's why a lot of people like once Power Rangers ended, it was time to switch channel.
Yeah, because let's be honest, WB had OG animated Batman,
animated Superman,
and
animated basically everything.
Pokemon, because remember Pokemon came out in 96, games came out in 97. So we already had
Pokemon.
We had Pokemon growing up. We had old school Looney Tunes stuff like Animaniacs. Their original show was on there. Yeah, it got much bigger in the 2000s when they got like Static Shock and Yu-Gi-Oh! And all of those shows.
Adventures.
WB, they were pretty good in the 90s. Pinky and the Brain, Freakazoid. It was such a random show. And Freakazoid was the most wild show. Like, if you were ever a person in danger and you needed a superhero to save you, that's the last hero you want to look to and be like, damn.
No, I'd take Freakazoid over Booster Gold.
I mean, I could take Booster Gold. I'm like, bro, take all the stuff you want, but save me first. Like, I know Booster Gold's doing it for the money in the media, but bro, you got to make sure I stay alive first.
You're right. Disney had Mighty Ducks.
Disney had Mighty Ducks. I forgot that Mighty Ducks had a cartoon
based on actual ducks too.
Yeah, they were actual ducks that played hockey.
I was actually watching it with my daughter. The guy gets arrested and he's trying to explain to the chief. Like, chief looks at him and he goes, "So what you're telling me is that the Mighty Ducks is a bunch of real duck playing aliens from outer space who fight crime at night as vigilantes,
Yep.
but play hockey during the night.
Yep.
And the guy goes, yeah. He goes, oh, in that case, oh, you believe me? Hell.
No,
Yeah, Mighty Ducks was great.
Mighty Ducks was great.
What else?
Wait, Looney Tunes was still big at that time because Space Jam came out in '96. So Space Jam
Looney
definitely
Tunes and
brought
Tiny
Looney
Toons.
Tunes back. Tiny Toon Adventures.
There's another show. I just can't remember what channel it was on, but I know it was either probably Fox. What was that show? Pizza Cats? Samurai Pizza Cats.
I know SWAT Cats.
SWAT Cats.
SWAT Cats is great.
Amazing. Biker mice from
Biker Mice from Mars and Street Sharks.
Yeah.
That was my shit. Yo, I had the books.
I'm
growing up as a
if
little
I show
kid,
you the picture, you'll know what I'm talking about.
growing up as a little kid, I had the books from like Biker Mice to Mars. Just 3 jacked bikers. They're all like 6'10", swole like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and they all just rode bikes. Same with the Street Sharks. They were just a bunch of jacked sharks.
Yeah, it was Fox. Samurai Pizza Cats.
That's not ringing a bell for me.
What?
I don't know why. I can remember Bobby's World.
Yo, these 3 cats was fucking shit up.
I remember Bobby's World.
Bro, Samurai Pizza Cats was...
For an honorable mention, I put Rugrats. Rugrats was
Nickelodeon?
Yeah. Nickelodeon had some bangers because they had Rugrats. They had Real Monsters. They had Kablam. Like that random...
Oh,
show.
no.
They had Wild Thornberries.
Bro, if we're going Nickelodeon, ain't nothing topping
Oh yeah, Angry
ain't
Beavers
nothing
of Fire.
topping Ren and Stimpy.
Yes.
Ain't nothing talking Rocco's Modern Life.
I put Rocco's.
Bro.
I had Rocco's on here, and I also had Hey Arnold.
Hey Arnold.
Hey Arnold was a lifestyle for
Hey
us growing up.
Arnold.
Like Hey Arnold had life lessons.
Bro, Hey Arnold was a show to teach you that you could be poor and live in a boarding house and your room still look amazing.
I promise you, everyone watched Hey Arnold wanted that attic room. Everybody wanted the attic basement or that attic or a basement room with the slant and that window. Like Arnold made that look dope. Like Arnold made that look
I think
dope.
what upset me more about Arnold's room is that the only way you can get to it on the attic, cool, we're cool with that. But then the man had his own access to the roof.
No, I loved it. Arnold, and not just that, but like, yeah, the roof, that was such an underrated, like they didn't have enough episodes of him on the roof. Like that man basically had his own front yard because his grandparents like owned the building. Like it was crazy. I mean, it'd be rude to not talk about the juggernaut that was Cartoon Network in the 90s. Cartoon Network, I mean, like Powerpuff Girls alone, like
Talking about
Courage, Cowardly Dog,
still talking about
Dexter's
songs,
Lab,
still talking about
Ed, Ed and Eddie.
still talking. You're scratching the surface.
Of course, I can't just.
Gonna dive in. No, sir. You gotta talk about the meat and potatoes.
Hey, well, bring it. I gave us the appetizer.
You had the you had the Gundams. You had
Oh
the G
yeah, I mean,
Gundams.
we had old school Toonami back then. Yeah,
Old school Toonami. No, we had the only Toonami that matters.
you're right.
All right.
But that's a little different because I feel like Toonami. So Toonami tried to get their own channel once, right?
Yeah.
But apparently, I don't know if it's like true or not, but this is what I read. Apparently, in order to have your own TV channel, you have to provide a 24-hour schedule for an entire week, minimum. Because you can't just play the same like 3 episodes every other day. So you had to provide enough content to have its own. And, you know, back then in the 90s, we didn't have Adult Swim. Because it's like now Adult Swim and like Toonami kind of just go from one right into the other. Back then it was just Toonami, and Toonami only had about maybe 6 hours. Because ain't nobody, at least we weren't at that age, watching Toonami at 3 a.m. for Big O. Like
Yeah.
we were watching the
Cowboy
earlier.
Bebop.
Yeah, we were watching like the earlier stuff for DBZ and One Piece and stuff.
I think if we really look at it,
I mean, 100%.
it would have just been what you see how everybody watches Kiss anime.
Yeah.
Toonami would have been our kids' anime of the 90s.
Toonami could have had its own anime channel because, let's be honest, Japan got like 5 of them. So we could have had our own anime channel. But yeah, like Cartoon Network, the 90s and those early 2000s was like, and I think, and like if you compare it to now,
Samurai
like,
Jack.
well, not even just the type of cartoons we have. I also think like the artwork, every cartoon had a different art style.
Oh yeah.
Even if it was from the same person, because the guy who made Powerpuff Girls made Samurai Jack, and the only thing they had in common was that Jack and the professor looked alike. Yep. But like,
talking about Jack his.
You're right. if you believe that lore and that theory, but yeah, like, I feel like the artwork back then was like way more unique. There's 6 cartoons right now that have the exact same art style as Gumball or like Steven Universe. So it's like the art style has been extremely watered down to like this is what we use now, and every cartoon that comes out only uses that. Back then, bro, every cartoon looked different. Every cartoon had its own unique style, unique episodes. Like it felt different. These days, if you're walking by and you look at a cartoon, you couldn't even say what it was until like 5 minutes later. Still can't.
I'll tell you, bro. Having kids will do that to you. I was watching my kids watch something, and I looked at them. I'm like, "What is this?" And they were like, "Oh, this is such show." And I'm like,
Mike stuck watching Bluey all day.
Actually, absolutely not. They watch Bluey. Only thing I actually get stuck watching is Super Kid.
Turn off Bluey. Put on Yu-Gi-Oh. Gotta start teaching them young,
bro.
Give them that first set of Pokemon.
I can't push them too far. At least they know like Aladdin. I'm not talking about that live action,
the cartoon show Aladdin.
I'm talking about the like
I forgot Aladdin, Lilo and Stitch. No, Stitch is more 2000s. Hercules.
Well, a lot of people don't know that Aladdin and Hercules met in an episode one time.
Yeah, because Disney was like infamous for doing crossovers with their cartoons in the 90s and the early 2000s. They just didn't care. Lilo and Stitch showed up in like 4 different.
No. Stitch was just a menace.
Yo, you're right.
Stitch showed up in everybody's trailer.
Yeah, Stitch was in everything for everyone.
Literally, Beauty and the Beast trailer, Stitch on the ceiling.
Those trailers are great. Like we should do those again.
We should.
Like early Pixar movies, like Toy Story stuff. Like Toy Story, like A Bug's Life at the end credits, they had like bloopers. Yeah. We should bring that back.
First of all, let's really. I know we're talking about 90s nostalgia. Toy Story. Bro, everybody wanted a Buzz.
Everybody wanted every car, all of it. Like I wanted the whole setup.
I wanted the Buzz. You know what the crazy part is?
I had a Buzz and a Woody.
I've had 2 Buzzes in my life. I've never ever.
I had 1 Buzz and I had.
Oh, I did not care for that stupid ass cowboy.
And the only reason I had those is because I invested way too much time buying Digivices.
I've never owned a Digivice.
I promise you, my entire upbringing from like child to adult, I've had more Digivices and Digimon shit than I've had Pokemon games, and I've had games in general.
I've never owned a Digi.
The only thing I have more than Digivices is probably kills on Halo, but that's about it. I've owned more Digimon shit in my past than anything.
I've owned more Power Rangers than I
had a lot of Power Ranger stuff.
I was about to say, tell a lie. I was about to say I've owned more Power Rangers than I've owned drumsticks in my life, but that's a lie.
I had a few Power Ranger stuff. I had the Ninja Zords. And I had those old school Power Ranger things that when you click on their belt, the faces flip over to the Power Ranger thing. So I had a few of those.
I had those.
I had the whole SPD train and the Megazords because it was a 2-in-1. Because the Megazords were inside the trains.
Excuse me.
But that'd be it, bro.
Bro, the only Zord from Power Rangers I ever owned was Platinum Ranger from Lightspeed Rescue, the spaceship.
Yeah.
And then what pissed me off about those, once you lose one piece, it's a wrap.
I think I had was it Power Rangers in Space where the space station transformed to a Megazord?
Yeah.
I had that. I forgot about that, but that's like the only in-space thing I own because I was like, wait, what was the thing that looked like the Millennium Falcon? I was like, I think that was in space. Yeah, I had that. But it was one of those things that's like, I had it, but I had to share it with my brother.
Oh, no.
Me and my brother didn't have separate.
I had a sister.
No, me and my brother didn't have separate toys. Like, the Power Rangers, it was both of ours.
No, actually, what was crazy was I was actually stealing my sister's Power Rangers because she would always get the girl Power Rangers. I'm like, oh no, I'm not gonna buy it because I'm a boy. It doesn't mean that I'm not about to get his ass whooped. He's got to take one for the team.
Like I don't care what your toy is. My toys are gonna win.
The girl got to take the, you know.
It's like they take a beating in the show. They can take a beating in this game
exactly. Too. I've only owned. Speaking of only owned one, I've only owned one Transformer toy.
I owned one of each of the Beast Wars. So I had Optimus and I had Megatron.
I had Jetfire.
But the Megatron was so flimsy, bro. It broke on me like a weekend.
My Jetfire is actually still in my storage.
I'm about to do a whole separate video of that. Just follow you to your storage.
Bro, I'm not gonna even lie to you. Even the Platinum, that Space Zord, I still have it. It's just the piece is missing. The heavy. That makes it look like the cockpit.
Don't need it.
The cockpit is missing.
Don't need
Everything else still works. The cockpit is missing.
Don't need it. We'll be all right.
I was laughing. I've had Power Rangers that transform into beasts that don't correlate with their actual beast.
God, like the third party, like when it's like, this is a Power, I'm like, no, it's not. It looks like it's fighting for its life.
So what was it? It was,
you know what I just thought about too for like 90s cartoons, like the promotional stuff. Like McDonald's with Pokemon was crazy. The gold cards.
McDonald's with Dragon Ball Z. Remember those silver statues?
Oh yes, I had to go.
That was Burger King.
Burger King, yeah. But like 90s cartoons,
with the gold cards,
they influenced a lot of like food places, and I like it completely overlooked because I was like, they did Power Rangers too.
Did they?
Yeah, it was bougie. Obviously, they couldn't transform, but like the Megazords, they just had wheels.
Oh yeah.
And they had like
little pullbacks.
Yeah, they had like a bougie ass little Power Ranger just yeet in there. And I was like, where did I get it? Because like I'm running through my head of like, wait, where did I get this toy? I'm like, oh, I got them going to McDonald's and Burger King.
Where did the Pokeballs come from? I had the
gold coins.
No.
The gold cards.
The Pokeballs that had the plushies in. You would never know which Pokemon you're getting.
Oh shit, I don't remember.
But you would know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, because that was like that was our original gotchas.
So I had a million Zubats.
Hey,
just like in game.
Those speed stats. They matter for EV training.
Bro.
No, I don't remember where those came from, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, today, obviously, everybody got a mobile game for gotchas and stuff. That was our gotcha.
E-Man.
E-Man was kind of, that was like super early 90s, because he was kind of already bigger.
Yeah,
late 80s, early 90s. I guess you could put Thundercats in there too, right? Yeah, Thundercats.
Hey, if I watch it in the 90s, it's not. I don't care what
Fair
nobody says.
Well, not just that, but like some of them are good, because like He-Man got a reboot and it was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
And She-Ra has a reboot too on Netflix.
Gosh.
Yeah, it's actually a banger show. Ooh. Voltron got a reboot.
I saw that.
The Voltron on Netflix is actually really, really good.
But you don't like mecha.
Okay, it's not that I don't like mechas. I'm gonna make this very clear, because someone decided to be an asshole back to me. He's like, you know, Attack on Titan's mechas, right? I'm like, but it's not the same.
But it's not the same.
It's not the same. It's skin.
It's not the same. It's not the same to me. And
like,
I've never seen it. I've seen like half an episode of Attack on Titan, and it's not the same.
We're gonna have to binge that one day, and I will do it with you. I will hold your hand, just everything. Because Alberto just finished watching that. One of our friends, and he's like, I can't believe I waited so long to watch this masterpiece. I was like, thank you.
That's crazy.
It's not that I don't like mechs. I don't like Gundam. There's a difference. Because Power Rangers is a mech show.
What's that?
Power Rangers is a mech.
No.
Do they get inside a big fucking machine that transforms?
Sometimes.
That's a mech.
No.
Not every episode needs the mechs.
Yeah, but Gundam, every episode has the mech.
Speed Racer.
Every episode has the mech.
Speed Racer wasn't racing in every episode.
Yeah, that's not a mech.
Okay, but it's not. That doesn't mean it's not a racing show.
I've never said that it wasn't a racing show.
Okay, Power Rangers
is in the name, Speed Racer.
Okay, that don't mean shit.
I feel like those two guys who have the podcast that be asking those questions.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I love them. The basement yard.
The guy goes off topic. It's a tough sea creature.
Oh, you're talking about Peyton and Cam. Oh, you're definitely Peyton. I'm not dumb like him. No disrespect. They'll probably never see this podcast, but I'm not dumb like Peyton. Sometimes watching those clips, like, I get frustrated. And anybody on social media long enough has ran into a Peyton and Cam clip and want to yell at him.
It was our duck seafood. Goes, no, ducks live in the sea. They live in bodies of water.
This man said fish are not an animal. I can't. I was like, all right, we're done here. I just kept scrolling.
You could go to the zoo. Yeah, zoos have animals.
So it's not that I don't like mechs. I don't like Gundam.
I don't
Zoid sounds
think
cool.
I don't think you've watched the right Gundam.
Look, I've watched a lot of. I watch. Like, here's the thing.
Okay, which Gundam fucked it up for you? I can name it.
The Gundam.
I can name it for you.
Gundam. Period.
Was it the first one?
Gundam. Period.
No.
There was no 19th sentence after it. It wasn't Ironborn Orphan or Iron-Blooded Orphans.
C normally fucks it up for everybody. No one likes C.
Okay, but I didn't like Gundam.
But
I just didn't like Gundam.
You gotta watch G Gundam.
I go. It's okay because I'm gonna get a lot of hate when I say I've never watched Full Metal Alchemist either. So I was on and off of that show. I watched the first few episodes. I was like, this is stupid. And everyone's like, it's the greatest anime. And I'm like, yeah, if you've only watched 4 anime, but whatever.
Listen. I know you. Gundam 00.
I will watch Gundam 00 when you watch Attack on Titan.
Fine.
Okay. We'll do it soon. Probably sometime this week with Chinese food.
How long is Attack on Titan?
3 seasons? 4 seasons?
Okay, no, we're good. 00's only 2 seasons. You'll be straight.
4 classic seasons. So it's not like 12 episodes and the season's over. These are old school, 24.
Oh, fuck no. 00 only has like, what is it, like 10 episodes per season?
Man, see, look, that's that bullshit I'm talking about.
What are you talking about?
Why are we watching 10 episodes?
It's straight to the point.
It's okay.
Gurren Lagann only had 49 episodes.
Bro, One Piece has been out
No. We don't get to talk about that.
That was so bad.
In the class of
we could make 3 podcasts, right? Of like 90s, 2000s, 2010s nostalgia. And we can start talking about One Piece. Because one arc alone was like 3 years long.
Let's talk about, but really quick.
I just don't like Gundam.
That's fine. Whatever. Batman the Animated Series.
Perfect. It was perfect. You can't convince me that otherwise. Dark as shit. Couldn't see anything. But
I think Batman the Animated. Oh, you know what? Screw Batman right now. You know what we didn't mention? Spider-Man the Animated Series.
With the techno music.
What?
Yeah, with the techno music.
Yes.
That came on right after X-Men.
X-Men? Oh. In the same lineup as Iron Man?
I didn't watch the Iron Man one.
Iron Man was...
But I never missed an episode of X-Men, and I didn't miss an episode of Spider-Man. And in case anybody ever wants to figure out which Spider-Man we're talking about, it's the one with the techno music, Tobey Maguire. 90's Spider-Man is Tobey Maguire. Spectacular Spider-Man is Tom Holland.
Yep. Yeah. 90's Spider-Man is Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, and then Ultimate Spider-Man, the one where Drake Bell voiced it, I think that's Andrew Garfield.
Actually, I don't agree. I think
okay, but we agree Spectacular is Tom Holland.
Spectacular is the
because
one
because Spectacular is like he's still in high school.
That one, yes.
Yeah, because remember the 90s Spider-Man.
So he was Spectacular already, was the one where we got Agent Venom.
No, Agent Venom is Ultimate Spider-Man. That's the one where Drake Bell. I'm actually watching that one.
Okay, no, I feel like those 2 Spider-Mans right there.
The Drake Bell Spider-Man, where he's the voice of Spider-Man, that's the one that has like a million cameos. Like they fight Taskmaster, Deadpool's in it.
That's where the one where all the Avengers come in.
Miles
that's where
is in it.
That sideshow came, right?
That's the one where Amadeus Cho steals the Iron Spider suit.
Yeah.
Before he becomes Braun. Yeah.
So that Spider-Man, along with Spectacular Spider-Man, I know which one you're talking about now.
Yeah.
Spectacular Spider-Man was the one with the mole for no reason. He had the mole on his face. Random mole. Yeah.
And he liked the Hispanic chick.
Yeah. That Spider-Man, that Venom, I was actually pretty.
That Venom was fine.
Both those Spider-Mans are Tom Holland. I'll tell you why.
So then which cartoon Spider-Man equals Andrew Garfield?
MTV Spider-Man.
The black and red suit? The Ultimate Universe? Where Neil Patrick Harris was the voice?
Yes.
With the like weird CGI?
Yes.
Oh, that's the worst Spider-Man.
But the story fit him.
I guess.
I like Gwen dies both ways.
Okay, but Gwen dies in probably a lot of ways.
I think that Spider-Man was more.
Look, Gwen and Mary Jane were not important to Spider-Man's growth. That man had Black Cat from day one. She was a ride or die. That Black Cat to Spider-Man was Catwoman to Batman.
Spoiler if you've never played the Spider-Man PS4 game.
They were both street level heroes with a cat persona female that was into them and would do anything for them.
Spoiler alert, if you never played the PS4 Spider-Man game, if you haven't, you should. When you play that Black Cat DLC,
I didn't play the DLC.
She's looking for her son, and Spider-Man's like,
"Yeah, kid."
That's not the right question he asked. He's like, "Wait, what?" And we're gonna leave it at that because there's some kids that might be watching this.
You're right.
Go ask your parents. But yeah, bro.
Old school 90s Spider-Man with the techno music.
Yeah,
that was peak.
X-Men
was so good that we got a reboot for 97, and it's just as good. Oh my god, that speech Magneto drops.
97 is a 90s cartoon. I don't care what nobody says.
Fair, yeah.
I don't care. It came out last year. That's fine. It's a 90s.
It says 97 in the title.
It's a 90s cartoon.
It says 97 in the title.
Was amazing.
That was great. I can't wait for it to see.
Comic act.
Yeah. Oh, I loved every. Told you, bro. Fox was fire. You were talking all that shit
Fox
at the beginning.
Saban.
Fox and Saban were cooking some meals back in the 90s, bro. Maybe not today. They don't have that anymore. They took that L after 4Kids, but you know.
That's because Saban ended up Power Rangers.
Well, it's not even that. They just don't do cartoons anymore. Because even in the 2000s, they had the 4Kids, and we'll jump into 2000 a little bit because Fox was still thriving back then. They had
everything
Sonic
up until
X,
2010.
Sonic X. They had Kirby had a TV show on Fox. Kirby Right Back at You was fire.
I don't care. Nobody.
Ultimate Muscle, Blue Dragon, Shaman King was on 4Kids.
What was that?
Because 4Kids brought in more anime stuff, so we got to see a lot of the Show and Jump cartoons on 4Kids as well.
What was that? Lucha cartoon.
Lucha. That was on WB. I loved Lucha. The flea talking in third person every episode. Snow Pea acting like a Pokemon. He could only say his name. Lucha was great.
Listen,
and also, I mean, like, SpongeBob's got to be the biggest 90s show that's still running. SpongeBob came out in the 90s.
Yeah, but...
And let's be honest, the 90s SpongeBob was the only SpongeBob that mattered.
Yes,
those first 2 seasons were the only 2 seasons that really mattered.
Yeah,
everything else, they were good, but they don't hit like that jellyfish episode. They don't hit like the anchovies episode. The Alaskan bullworm. Texas is stupid. The Pretty Patties, Bubble Boy,
Hibernation Sandy,
Ash Slinging Slasher. The episode where Plankton switches lives with Krabs, so Krabs is the bad guy. He's booty ass naked trying to steal the Krabby Patty formula. Oh my god, those first 2 seasons.
No, you can't say that because there were some episodes in the seasons later about the season where the episode where SpongeBob and company to become an orchestra that learned how to play at the halftime show.
Was that not in the first 2 episodes?
I don't think that was in the first 2 seasons.
Oh, we'll have to double check. That's a fire one.
Bro, fucking about they had to paint Mr. Krabs' house.
SpongeBob is so culturally impactful that there's a reference meme for everything. Like, I'm pretty sure if anyone checks their phone, they have sent one SpongeBob meme in the last week. At least. Or they've said something like, "Is mayonnaise spicy?" Or something stupid like that.
The W is for Wombo.
You forgot to turn it over to Wombo. He's like, this is your wallet. It is. Fucking Manta Ray was losing his mind. No, SpongeBob was iconic.
That's because everybody had, in everybody's mind, they are a sense of everybody around them. Everybody has a Mr. Crab in it, has a Sandy. Everybody has a Patrick, a Squidward. Everybody has a hating ass plank.
Hating ass plank. There's always that one hater that just envies you.
Everybody's got a Larry, the lobster, muscle head.
Larry was a realist though. That man had a job. Every time they showed Larry, he was working. That man had a job as a lifeguard, but he was working. Everybody knows, like, everyone has a Pearl, like a spoiled daddy's girl.
Are we in 2000 now? A little bit?
We can tap into 2000 because Avatar, The Last Airbender. Because Korra was in early 2000s, so that Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Chalk Zone.
Oh, Danny Phantom.
Danny Phantom was fire.
Oh, you know what we missed for 90s? Reboot.
I don't think a lot of people watch. Because with Reboot, we could put Cubics. Yeah, you see what I mean? Like, I don't think a lot of people are going to know those. Because that's like...
Code Lyoko.
That's not 90s, though.
What?
Isn't that?
That's 2000s.
Code Lee...
I thought it was 2000s.
Yeah, I was like, that's 2000s, yeah.
Code Lyoko.
I'm just making sure we walk from the 90s. Like, that shit wasn't no 90s.
Zeta Project.
Zeta Project was a failed one, though.
It was.
Batman Beyond was too fire.
Oh my.
Yeah, Batman Beyond, bro. Will Friedle was more famous for Batman Beyond than he was in Boy Meets World, dude. Batman Beyond with Static Shock and the Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, because it's two different shows. Like, that was all fire. All fire. Yes, sir. Also, the other one, this Batman, I'll put it up on screen when it post edit. Oh, that Batman, that gave us.
The worst part is I'm not wearing my glasses, but I know which Batman you're talking about. I don't even need to.
And you know, before I put the editing, like post edit it, it's the one where the Joker was a jester with the long sleeves. Like I think he
knew how to fight.
And Clayface was like Clayface. I think that's a very underrated show because Clayface in that one was like his best friend, who became Clayface, the bald black guy. Yeah, and he had to work more with Montoya and stuff. So I think that Batman was definitely super underrated because we grew up with like Batman Beyond and Static Shock, because Static Shock was a cultural wave, dude.
Oh.
I think Static Shock might have been one of those first like most popular black heroes. And not just that, but like that show conquered everything. It conquered like isolation. It conquered
racism.
Like,
the
racism,
episode of Richie's dad.
Yeah, it conquers like shit in the streets, and like Static Shock is like, that's the show for everybody. And like how hard he wanted to be like in the Justice League, the crossover episodes with the Justice League,
him fighting the Justice League.
But
you want to know what's crazy? I always fought the Justice League, no Superman or Batman.
You right. It's the only way he could win. It's the only way he was gonna win, because Superman and Batman just as a duo alone is dangerous, because Superman's like, whatever he tells me to do is what I'm gonna do.
I'm not gonna lie to you, when you look at that duo, again, even though we're talking about cartoons going too far up, but the one scene that plays in my mind, literally Robin and Superboy, Young Justice versus Batman and Superman in the Watchtower.
If people aren't watching the DC animated movies that have gone now for the last decade plus, y'all need to go back. Okay, get yourself a free trial on Max, the HBO Max. They got all the DC shit. You're gonna click DC. You're gonna click A to Z, and anything that's animated, just watch it. I don't even care what order. No, if it's a Teen Titans, there's a specific order you gotta watch it.
You have to watch them all in a specific order.
Yeah, for the most part. Some of them are kind of intertwined.
Yeah,
but a lot of them you have to watch in order, because what happened in this movie matters later in this movie, because like you have to watch Batman and Robin with the Court of Owls before you can watch Teen Titans versus Justice League, because Damien's already part of the Teen Titans already, and he already got his ass whooped by Blue Beetle and shit. You're like,
hey, listen, another podcast for another time.
Well, even in the 90s, like Batman from the original animated series had a ton of movies. I don't think people realize how many movies animated Batman had.
But Batman Beyond gave us the greatest animated Batman ever.
The Joker?
The Turn of the Joker.
Nah, bro. The best animated Batman movie is Under the Red Hood with Jensen Ackles as Jason Todd. That's Dean fucking Winchester. Put some respect on his name. That's so fire, and it's so good that they rebooted it. They remade it as Death in the Family, and they gave you an alternative timeline where Batman dies and Jason Todd lives. And he runs into the Joker at a diner and stabs him. Okay, Under the Red Hood in the 90s. Under the Red Hood was the best Batman movie. Fast forward, Justice League Doom is right up there with me. Have you seen Doom? Okay, Justice League Doom is fire. Okay, Under the Red Hood is fire. For Batman Beyond, though, that Joker movie is fire. He's so salty because I'm right. Under the Red Hood is fire. Because that movie, everybody wanted to be Red Hood. Everybody wanted to start wearing the Red Hood with the jackets and the guns.
And an Arkham Knight anyway.
Oh yeah, and then
jumping into video games at this.
And then Arkham Knight. No, but like it shows like because like Superman and Batman started in like the 70s. And like they were big in the 70s, they were big in the 80s, they were big in the 90s, they were big in the 2000s. Like those two specific heroes for DC are like, and people can say they're tired of watching Batman movies, but you still watched it.
Yes.
Because even Robert Pattinson's Batman is not bad. That's actually a really good.
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed it because it's a younger Batman still going through some shit. Like
going through some shit. It's a younger Batman who don't know shit.
That's
who nigga can't stand on shit.
Yeah. And then like we have a new Superman movie coming out now in July. So Batman,
but isn't it a continuation?
No, but it's comic book accurate because James Gunn is locked in.
But because he looks like I think it's a continuation.
Well, I guess we'll see. We'll see.
Ever since I saw the trailer, I've been waiting.
Yeah,
I think it's a continuation.
But you can pick any decade from 70 to now, and I bet you there's a banger Batman show. Because Brave and the Bold was huge. Batman Brave and the Bold was great.
We don't have a Batman show.
Yeah, we do. Cape Crusader came out last year on Amazon. It's like a newer version of the old school animated Batman.
Let's go watch it.
It's actually really good.
Well, you know what's crazy though?
Quick 10, 12 episodes, but like it's really good.
We always get a Batman. You know, we have never gotten an anime.
Because you can't repeat perfect. That Superman animated series was perfect. That was perfect.
How I feel about.
They had to give us Justice League Unlimited because they knew they couldn't remake another Superman.
Bro, it's just like.
Oh no, we do have another Superman. It's called My Adventures of Superman. It's on Adult Swim. The voice actor for Superman is Jack Quaid. It's actually really good.
You're right. You can't ruin perfection.
It's so good.
It's how I feel about Lois and Clark in the Adventures.
Dean Cain. That was pretty fire. I remember like
from episode 1 to the last season,
especially when it came to TV shows. Although the last Superman and Lois or Tyler Hoechlin or whatever, the current one that just ended,
yeah. From like the CW.
Yeah, so
I haven't watched it. Don't tell me nothing.
I'm not gonna say nothing. I took it upon myself on some time off to just binge it because like I'm the kind of person where if I'm gonna pay money for an app.
I'm gonna
watch everything.
Yes.
And when it comes to DC, because like I'm a big DC Marvel cinematic person. I wish I had time to read all the comics, but we don't got time like that. And I have been dodging Superman and Lois for a while because like
so have I.
Because like I tell you right now, I quit The Flash after like season 4. I was like, I can tell you how the rest of the seasons are gonna go, and I can sum up every season with one fucking phrase: "Is God damn it, Barry fucked up the time." And guess how he's gonna fix it? That boy gonna run, and he gonna keep on running until he fixes it.
I will say this as a person who did finish it. That Flash series, it wasn't repetitive.
It could have ended at season 4, even season 5 if they wanted to push it. It could have ended early.
It could have ended a lot of points.
I think what happened.
For me, what they did. This is where for me where it was. So when Oliver dies, and they kept that, I think they went one more season after.
Yeah, because he becomes like the Spectre, which is a whole different hero. Okay. Arrow didn't need that last season. I actually loved Arrow until like,
Crisis on Infinite Earth.
Yeah, I did not care for those crossover episodes.
Oh, the crossover episodes were great
because I don't want
Crisis on Infinite Earths was him becoming the Spectre threw me, but I took it because the old Spectre, he made him a new Spectre. I took it because I'm not gonna lie to you. From the very first day when one day I woke up from that episode, from that episode right there,
I think Arrow's delivery for those first like 4-5 seasons was great. I liked the cinematic work for it, and I think what was great was that it was the Green Arrow. It wasn't Batman. It wasn't Superman. It wasn't Wonder Woman. It gave us other street level, and it gave us a whole new character because John Diggle is a made up character strictly for the show. And in order to correlate him, they made him Guardian for like a season. It's not the same. It's not the same. But I think, Flash I think went too long. I never watched Supergirl. I didn't bother.
I didn't fit.
I was obsessed with Legends of Tomorrow. I
is my
love
crack.
Legend. Your time and space pirates.
No.
Fixing the timelines.
We can't do this.
Your time pirates.
We gotta save this for another day.
Okay, fine, another day. I was gonna get passionate.
Because I saw it.
I'm gonna save it.
I saw it.
But yeah. So yeah, there's always a Superman show or a Batman show. So I went back and watched Superman and Lois. 4 perfect seasons. Great seasons, even with them adding a whole brand new child. Because everyone knew who John Kent is. No one knew who the fuck Jordan was. Jordan was a whole made up character.
They could have named him Connor and we would have been okay.
No. Connor is a whole different person. Put some respect on that name. Young Justice is a fire show.
I would have taken it if they named him Connor.
I was like, John ain't got powers. What's going on here?
Let's talk about one 90's show that for sure deserves all the respect because this man wanted to be a cartoon. Jackie motherfucking Chan.
But Jackie. And it's so crazy too because like every season was just like the previous season. They just changed what they were chasing.
Yes.
Yeah. They were just chasing. They were just like it was a talisman, and then it was like something else.
And that was one of the few cartoons that everything that happened in the first episode just continued on.
It's the only cartoon where like Jackie Chan shows up at the end of each episode to give you like some sort of like life lesson while he's doing Wing Chun.
The worst part is, and I quote this from myself: everything that cartoon Jackie can do, real Jackie can do that shit too.
No, facts, yeah. No, you're right. Maybe not now, but definitely back then.
No, not now.
Oh, you know, a show I completely overlooked since we're like hopping between 90's and 2000s. Shaolin Showdown was fire. Shaolin Showdown was a fire show. They tried to bring it back a few years ago because a new company bought the rights to it, and it wasn't the same. But Shaolin Showdown was a fire. I might go back and rewatch it. I might have to find it online. That show was hilarious. That shit got emotional. That had some emotional episodes for no reason.
I'm going back to this mecha thing. So you'd never watch Zoid? You never watched Zoids?
I remember watching like half an episode.
And we're not
because I was flipping through channels and I didn't know what the fuck it was. Because back in the 90s, like CGI wasn't what it is today, right? So like you could tell like those Zoids were some bougie CGI shit. Those, like, I could probably CGI better. I've never touched a damn program in my life. So I was like, I thought it was Voltron. And I was like, because they're cats. I saw
it was one cat.
Okay, and that's the cat I saw. Okay.
Well, you know what?
I saw a black cat. I was like, Voltron's got a black cat.
I was just about to ask you what color was it.
It was a black cat. It looked like the Pokemon Solgio. It was a black cat. Black cat. I was like, that's Voltron because the black cat was the leader.
You watched the wrong episode.
I watched the wrong 30 seconds of an episode. Motherfuckers just running through the desert. I'm like, this is stupid.
Listen. You gotta watch Zoids. What is it? Century Zero. That is the most iconic
also,
Zoids.
Just the reason Mike's bringing this back is because Zoids is his favorite cartoon. And he won't say it. And I know it is because I've known Mike for 15 plus years and he named all of his Call of Duty guns based on a Zoid. Or did you think I forgot that shit?
That was Modern Warfare 2.
Mike's favorite cartoon is Zoids. Mine is Digimon, but I've never named any of my guns Agumon.
But the worst part is when you picked my classes.
I did pick the class.
When you picked my classes, guess what happened?
I won.
You was wrecking shit.
Okay, no, but to my defense, in my prime, I was good at every gun game. And
I'm just saying. My builds were great.
It's all right. Not my play style.
Respect me though.
I respect it. It's just not my play style.
All I'm saying is
I play ARs. Listen, you like to play with subs.
Yeah, but even the subclass, you loved it.
Bro, the honey badgers too.
Bro, all I'm simply saying is, okay, yes, I did. And I'm going to tell you why I did. Because I didn't like the number system that they had. It didn't work out for me.
Look, I've never watched Zoids.
Number 1, number 2, custom class number 3. That shit was confusing for me and I would always forget.
I do be picking the wrong shit sometimes. Bro, oh, we lost, guys.
So the way I would do it is I would set it up as, so Liger Zero is one of the main Zoids, Zoid Century Zero. So it's got its base form, which is white. Has nothing special about it.
You know I have to edit this podcast later, but you go find me all these photos.
I will. Okay. Liger Zero has it's a base form which is white. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to use that for my AR class, and that's the class you used. So my AR, whatever was the meta for AR at the time, that's what I used. Then Schneider is the speed class. He was blue. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna run that for myself. So if I wanted to run and gun, the Schneider. Wait, no, Schneider was the red class. Jaeger was the blue class. So if I wanted to run and gun, Jaeger is what I'm choosing. Schneider was the red class. So if I wanted to use marksman rifles, like the single fires that hit your chest like that, that's what I'm using. Now if I wanted to blow shit up, I'm talking about light machine guns, heavy machine guns.
You used my class.
The class was called Panzer.
That too.
Then this is how you know mechas was my favorite shit, and that's why I keep bringing it up. So then I was like, damn, I don't have a sniping class. So I named one of the sniping classes Lock On, because Gundam 00 had a sniper Gundam. His name is Lock On. Gundam 00 is great, and you would love it.
Since we're talking about mechs and shit, because Mike just won't let this shit go.
Never.
You know what's
mechs ran the 90s.
Whatever.
You know I'm right.
I didn't watch Big O either, so.
Oh my god.
But you know what I did watch? Metabots. I watched Metabots. Metabots was my shit. Metabots was fire. I watched Metabots. It's like Pokemon for mechs. It's closer to Pokemon than it is to mechs. It's like, hey, what if I owned a robot and I made him dog?
Bro.
I watched Metabots. Does that count? You're being a hater.
Speaking of 90s cartoons,
we didn't even talk about like Mega Man or Mega Man NT Warrior, because NT Warrior had a chokehold of my life.
Mega Man, yes. NT Warrior.
But I think what's funny is like we keep jumping back and forth because there's so many cartoons in the 90s that are fire.
Super Fighting Robot. Yes. That Mega Man, actually the Mega Man that everybody, like the original Mega Man.
I liked NT Warrior though. I even had the little Digivice for it.
So why's up with you and fucking Digivices?
It's a problem.
And I never owned any of this crap.
It's a problem. I'm not gonna lie. I was a Tamagotchi whore.
Bro, NT Warrior didn't.
Probably why I'm a good dad though, because I grew up taking care of all these little fucking digital ass monsters. Raised those to be big boys, okay?
Bro, NT Warrior only got good when it started going based off of the game was Mega Man Battle Network.
I forgot
3.
the name of the Mega Man. I think it came after MT Warrior, but it's the one. I think it's still Lan. It's still the same kid, just like a different version of him.
I can tell you right now.
And
what's up.
He becomes Mega Man with this other wolf. Like
Star Force.
Is that what it's called?
Star Force.
Are you sure?
Yes. Okay.
Because I remember like there's.
I'm over here explaining before the podcast started. I was explaining him Mega Man lore and all this other stuff. He's gonna doubt me.
Well, because it's a game.
Yes, the game is called Star Force.
Okay, so yeah, that is the end. That wolf looks so different. But yeah, I for some reason couldn't remember the name of this one.
You know the worst part is that's not the first time a human became a Mega Man.
I mean, it's not the first time Pokemon people either.
Land became Mega Man Axis. It only came out in Japan.
We don't get blessed for everything.
Bro, when I tell you, so Mega Man NT Warrior, so the network transmission game or shows became really good once they started following the game.
I feel like we should leave
all they had to do was just copy the plot and give it to us in what we've been waiting for.
I think we should leave Mega Man lore for another podcast because it's a lot. And I know you want to go off on it.
No, I'm not. That's too much.
Okay.
It's way too much.
And?
It's way too much, but quick.
Bro, people watch extended editions of Lord of the Rings. That's 4 hours a movie. Okay.
Like, okay. Really quick. So, NT Warrior and Star Force, same timeline.
NT Warrior and Star Force is the same timeline? So there's 2 different Mega Mans happening at the same time? We'll save this for another podcast because in one podcast episode, I'm going to have Mike go through the entire storyline of Kingdom Hearts and Mega Man, and that will basically sum all that up. And that's going to be great because I'm lost like a dog, and I play Legend of Zelda. So,
but Legend of Zelda is easy once you figure out what timeline you're in.
Oh yeah, did you win in Ocarina of Time or not? Exactly. And it splits from there.
Well, no, it splits 3 ways.
Yeah, I know. Because Wind Waker's one way, Twilight Princess is another way.
Well,
cinema.
Well, actually, no. Actually, the sad part is, you're right. Did you win in Ocarina of Time? Yes or no? If the answer is no, then it splits one way.
You go this way.
If the answer is yes,
you go
it splits 2 ways from that yes.
You go this way, and then when you get here,
if you're a kid, it splits this way. If you're an adult, it splits the other way.
It's like those little charts where it's like, did you do this? Yes. Oh, did you do this? No. Are you sure? Yes. It brings you all the way around. Yeah, no.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Mega Man,
can do that.
Mega Man's got a ton of lore.
Mega Man, Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is actually easier than Mega Man.
Fair.
Way easier.
For now.
No, it's still...
Till Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out.
Started. It's gonna look great. Anyway.
It better, because Kingdom Hearts 3 was such a letdown. No, we will when the time comes.
Yeah.
But I hope you guys enjoyed us old millennials reminiscing about 90s and early 2000 cartoons.
Yeah.
I know for a fact we missed an absolute shit ton of cartoons, but that kind of just goes back into my point that, like, there are so many crazy options.
I don't think we missed the important ones.
I think we hit the key ones.
We hit the ones.
We hit the key ones because, like, it wasn't until like early
Sailor Moon. Anyway, we hit the ones that mattered.
Sailor Moon, Inuyasha, but like that's also like late 80s, early 90s.
Well, no, it was late 80s for Japan. It was early 90s for us.
Fair. That's the same with like Dragon Ball and
yeah.
shit. So I guess depending on where we're talking about is if it counts or not. Because like for early 2000s, we could have jumped also into the 2010s, early 2010s for like Ben 10 and Adventure Time and
Ben 10 was early 2000s.
Yeah, but you know,
All right, if we're gonna end this with a bang, we have to end it with the greatest. What is the greatest scene in 90s history?
Goku going Super Saiyan.
Goku going Super Saiyan.
場所で目覚めた魔法と夢の国そこに入った闇と光の中運命